We got breaking news in golf. The final round of the Pebble Beach Pro-AM has been postponed until Monday due to poor weather. Now, persistent rain resulted in soggy course conditions on Sunday, and a high wind advisory was issued with possible gusts of 60 miles per hour. Tee times are scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday from the 1st and the 10th holes. Now, U.S. Open winner Wyndham Clark has a one-shot lead at 17 under after shooting a course record 60 on Saturday. With this breaking news, let's welcome in our Kyle Porter. Now, we just found out they're pushing the final round to Monday. What is your take on this change? It seemed like it was very necessary looking at the videos of the conditions out there.
Yeah, definitely necessary. A little bit of a bummer. I always enjoy seeing the best players in the world try to navigate insane winds, crazy conditions, but obviously it got a little bit too out of control in terms of the wind and the weather. And, you know, this is a little bit of a pattern, Jenny. We've seen this tournament have a Monday finish. I believe now it's 3 of the last 5 years. Last year, when Justin Rose won, was a Monday finish as well. Usually we see at least a little bit of play happen on Sunday before it gets washed out. But obviously, kind of everybody saw this coming a little bit, and things were delayed very early on Sunday. So not unusual for Pebble, but a bit of a bummer for, you know, kind of the first really big signature event for the PGA Tour so far in 2020.
So you said that, you know, you're not super surprised looking at those conditions and that you wish you saw how they would attack this course. But the forecast is really not looking great for tomorrow either. Are you surprised that they delayed it to tomorrow instead of just calling it, giving Wyndham Clark the win?
Well, I think the goal is, especially right with the $20 million purse and the first big signature event, the goal is to get the golf in. And you know, again, like you said, I wouldn't be super surprised if this did end up being just a 54-hole event and Wyndham Clark ends up as the winner. And would kind of be fitting, right, and deserving after shooting 60 on Saturday and kind of scaring 59 course record at Pebble Beach. So it wouldn't be obviously an undeserving winner, but the goal is always to get 4 rounds in, and I think they're gonna try to give it a go on Monday. But we'll see. I mean, it is very much up in the air, and I think if they can't get it in on Monday, then they'll call it at 54, and Wyndham Clark will be your Pebble Beach winner.
From an athlete perspective, how do you think that this kind of affects them, their play, their mentality going into this final round, having a day off now in between?
Yeah, it's a good question. Normally I would say, man, this really kind of disrupts things and is difficult for guys, especially at the top of the leaderboard. But they all kind of knew this going in, right? Like, 3 of the last 5 years, it ends on Monday. That's kind of baked into this tournament. It's baked into golf in general, where you get all kinds of weather and it pushes things out, and guys are used to having to deal with that at the professional level, but especially at Pebble Beach, where there's so many stops and starts, so much weather, so much wind, so many Monday finishes. So I don't know that it's necessarily going to affect these guys a ton just because they're so accustomed to it at this golf tournament.
I want to give Wyndham Clark a little bit of love right now. One-shot lead, 17 under after shooting a course record 60 on Saturday. What did you see from his play?
Well, he was awesome, and he putted it really, really well. He gained 5 strokes with his putter, or over 5 strokes with his putter on Saturday in the 3rd round. And that's how you shoot 60 at Pebble Beach, right? Like that's a place that, I mean, it's been hosting events for you know, decades now, and for him to hold the course record, you kind of got to make everything you look at. To shoot 28 on the front there is just, that's a joke. He made multiple eagles to go out in 28, and then to close with you know, birdie at the last. What could have been an eagle for a 59 would have been extraordinary. But it's going to be, I actually think, Jenny, I'm glad you brought him up. I think this benefits him a little bit. I think it's very difficult to, after a really special round like that, to bounce back 24 hours later, or, you know, 25 hours later, whatever it is. So I think the delay almost helps him reset for Monday and try to almost view it as like this singular round where, hey, I don't have to go out and try to replicate what I did just 24 hours ago. I can view this as a singular round. I only have to beat like these 3 or 4 guys at the top, and I think that will really benefit him as he tries to get this.
Kyle Porter with the latest with this breaking news. All really good points there, too, at the end about Clark. Now, round 4 of the Pebble Beach Pro-AM scheduled now to be played on Monday, depending on the weather. And you can catch all of the news when it comes to what's been going on at Pebble Beach, especially a round 3 update on the First Cut podcast. Our Kyle Porter does such a great job informing everyone of all of the goods there. Check it out.